What's up, folks? Just got a couple packages from Omnia Fishing, and it's that time of year I start ordering a bunch of stuff. It starts getting cold. It seems like I'm online shopping, but we're gonna do an unboxing. Not something I do a lot, but I thought I'd share some really cool stuff with you. A lot of this stuff is fall, winter, and on into the spring. So let's open this up. First thing, cool thing about Omnia Fishing is you got free shipping over $50. And if you order by 1 p.m., it goes out that day. They've got a bunch of good programs too. You can check them out. It's a good company. Had a lot of good success with them. I don't even remember what I ordered. I just kind of went crazy. But let's pull this out and see what's in here. You know, you always get this little note. It's a handwritten note, which is kind of cool. First thing I see is some of these big blade chatterbaits. These are really cool. Something, if you got dirty water, it's gonna throw out a lot of thump. I got a 3/4 ounce and 5/8 ounce, and we do a live stream on Monday nights at 7:30 Central. A lot of this stuff is going to be giveaway stuff. I ordered a bunch of stuff to give away, and that's what we're doing right now. We're checking it out. So I'm kind of excited about these. This is going to be something to throw around in the spring when the water gets stained and the big females start moving up shallow, that kind of February, March period. Something you might be able to fish out a little bit deeper, but just a big solid blade, big thump. I haven't thrown these around. I'm real curious to see how they throw, but that blade is really large. You know, here's a original chatterbait. There's a blade difference. Pretty big difference. I like this color here. This is called Shad. And then this one is just standard white. These big blades have got a 6/0 mustad hook. Really big, beefy hook. It's ultra point mustad hook. They're hand-tied skirts. Looks like a really quality bait. I think the snap's a little bit beefed up. It's a good bait. Next, we got a bunch of Chatterbait Elites. Z-Man Chatterbait Elites. Bunch of cool colors. Red bone, really neat color. Smoky shad, I really like this color. I think it does a great job of mimicking shad. And just white. I like the Elites of the Chatterbait line. Elite seems to be my favorite one, besides the Jackhammer. Jackhammer's really nice, but for the mid to lower price, the Elite seems to be a little bit better. Starts up a little bit better than the original, and just seems to work pretty good for me. Black and blue, cannot go wrong with black and blue. You know, you gotta have a white, black and blue, and then some sort of a green pumpkin in the Chatterbait lineup, bladed jig lineup, just to cover your bases. Houdini. It's another Chatterbait Elite. This is a Houdini color. Just a little bit of an alternative to the green pumpkin. Z-Craw, California 420. This is a great Chatterbait trailer. Has a little bit of lift. It's got these ribs on there. Gives off a little bit of vibration. Got a little bit of flapping action going on with these tails. But this pairs up really good with a swim jig or a Chatterbait. And you can also flip it. Great for fall, great for spring. Another great Chatterbait trailer is the Little Dipper by Reactions Innovations. White trash, Houdini, whatever color you want to match up your Chatterbait. This works great on the back of a swim jig, Alabama rig. You can put it on underspin. Just a good all-around swim bait. It's a little 3-inch swim bait. It's a killer. Works great. Spro Rock Crawler. This is a great fall bait and a great spring bait. This is a Ozark Crawl. Just a good all-around color. This bait gets down there around 10 foot on 12-pound test, 10 to 12-pound test. Got that really wide. It's a wiggle wart. Well, it's not a wiggle wart, actually. It gets a little bit deeper than a wiggle wart, but it's based off of the wiggle wart design. Mike McClellan kind of came up with this bait with the help of Spro, and the two kind of teamed up, and great crankbait around rock. And we got some square bills. Just some little KVD 1.5s. Standard colors. Got chartreuse black back, and then we've also got the chartreuse sexy shad. Two really good crankbaits, 1.5s, fall and spring. These are going to be in our giveaway. Almost all this stuff's going to be in a giveaway. We're going to give away like probably 4 or 5 different packages of a variety of these things. The Booyah Covert series. Jason Christie made this famous. This is a great spinner bait. This is a 3/4 ounce, big blades, something thrown that stained water in the spring and in the fall. A lot of these spring baits work in the fall. They're vice versa. It's the same kind of deal. Fish move up shallow and it's just covering water. But great spinner bait. Had a lot of success on this. I really like it. Here's another one you got to have this time of year. This is a DT6 in the Demon color. Got a little bit of off-colored water. This sucker just pops out and gets a lot of bites. You know, it's a flat-sided crankbait for the most part. It casts really well. It doesn't have a ridiculous amount of action. It just draws strikes from a little bit more finicky fish. The whole DT lineup's really good. Great bait. Got some Sweet Beaver's Dirty Sanchez. This is one of my favorite colors. It's a real good bluegill imitator. Got a little bit of blue in there, a little bit of green pumpkin mixed in there. Got some black fleck in there. Just can't go wrong with Sweet Beaver any time of the year. Another great trailer for a chatterbait or a swim jig is the Spicy Beaver. Just this green pumpkin. It's got some really nice little flanges on there. It's subtle, it's flat, it's kind of finessey. You know, one cool thing is they got that little ridge right there. Your hook actually set up on there if you want to Texas rig it. It kind of set up for that. It's a good punching bait too. Got 3 of the Stanford Boom Boom frogs. You know, Fred Robanis is going to be a guest here coming up, and I wanted to kind of put a prize package together in honor of him when he's coming on the show. And I've never thrown these, so I'm going to take this out and kind of have a look at it. I know it's got that little felt patch on the top. Supposedly it gets caught in the bass's teeth and helps them hold on to it longer. I don't know if that's a gimmick or if that's legit, but we're gonna pull this sucker out and have a look at it. It's got a pretty good bite. The weight is in the tail. You kind of like that. It doesn't seem like it impedes the hook. The skirt's about right, actually. You could trim them down just a little bit. The hooks, I'd probably bend those up a little bit. They're kind of forward facing. You know, I don't know. I don't know about that little patch. It's interesting. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I think if a fish gets it all the way up there, you're going to get him regardless. But pretty decent frog. I'm going to take this out and throw it. And we still got another probably about a month of frog season. So I will let you know if I like it. We've got 3 different colors. This one is called Mudbug. So brown. And then just the white, they're calling that Diva. And this one here is called Kelly's Frog. It's kind of cool. So, you know, I need a black too. I didn't have black, but white and black and usually some kind of orange or brown is all you need for froggins. We're also going to be giving these away in the Fred Robanis live stream. These are the Optimum Baits. This is the baby Boom Boom, and this is the rigged Boom Boom, just the bigger version of it. So and these are line through. I have not thrown these, but I'm real interested to see how these work. This color is IU. IU's a pretty good standard color, works all over the country. And then this color's PB Shad, so personal best Shad. Pretty cool baits. Fall's about punching a lot of times, and this right here, the burner crawl, man. If you haven't tried the burner crawl, it's really great punching bait. You can Texas rig it. It just does an all around good job. You can put it on a chatterbait too. You know, it's not overpowering. Goes in and out of the grass nicely. This color is called Silver Shadow. Gambler burner crawl. It's a good one. If you're punching and you're frogging, you got to get you some Power Pro. This is the Super Slick V2 version 2 50-pound braid. You know, it's what I throw on my punching rod. It's what I throw on my frogging rod. This Power Pro braid has just been really good. You know, I've been fishing Power Pro for forever. I've had no problems with it. There's a lot of different braids out there, but you know, I kind of get with something that's working and I stick with it. So this is a, you know, the thing about this is it's quiet going through the grass. So when you're punching, you can pull it up out of the grass. It doesn't have that kind of sandpaper sound nearly as bad. It just casts a little bit better and it comes in and out of the grass a little bit better. Another great chatterbait trailer is the Arsenal Tactical Minnow. It's pretty nice. 4.5 inch. This is bluegill flash, kind of that tilapia color, but this is a great trailer for a variety of baits. It's real soft too. Crawl tubes, overlooked, very overlooked in the spring. Big fish bait, green pumpkin, just a big bite baits crawl tube. Put a little bit of chartreuse or orange on those tips in that little bit of stained water. Catches big fish. And then for touching up these soft plastics in the spring when the water's kind of stained, or really any time, just a pack of Spike It markers, orange, chartreuse. Basically the only 2 colors you need. Super handy. You know, the dyes, you'll spill them in the boat if you're not careful. These, you don't have anything to worry about. You can get real finesse, real fine tune your baits. You can just barely hit the tips. You can put some stripes down the side of your swim bait. You can fancy just about any plastic bait up. It doesn't work good on like frogs and hard baits, but any soft plastics, this is the way to go. Another bait that works really good in the fall on through the winter is just a Robo Worm. Drop shot and a Robo Worm. You can put this on a shaky head, just a little bit of a finesse presentation. You know, the fish kind of get a little tougher in the winter. Sometimes you got to finesse them, but a drop shot is a great way to catch these fish, and this is a great worm. This is called Red Crawler. It's been my favorite color for the last, well, actually this year I started fishing a lot with the help of a good buddy of mine, and it's my go-to drop shot worm. Another line that I've been throwing on my spinning rod for the last couple of years is this Berkeley Nanofil. This is 14 pound. I like 14 pound on my 14 to 15 pound on my spinning rods. I usually tie like an 8, 10, or 12 pound test fluorocarbon leader, depending on where I'm fishing at, how clear the water is, what kind of cover. But Nanofil, this casts really, really good. It's soft, it's sensitive, and you know, the stuff I had really twisted up, and I just been hanging on, and I think I'm gonna change that out. It's time. I kind of splurged while I was doing this Omnia Fishing stuff, and I'm gonna buy a spool of this. It's about 20 bucks, but it's well worth it. It's good stuff, good quality stuff. And then one more bait for the fall going into the spring is the Reactions Innovations Kinky Beaver. This is Magic Crawl Swirl. It's that green pumpkin. This really reminds me of a green sunfish. It's got all the colors of a green sunfish and a bluegill. It's a little bit different than the beaver. It's got the flange tail, so you're gonna get a little bit of action, and it's got these little tentacles. A lot of times when you're punching, you're trying to figure out, do they want something with some little flippers, or do they want something just kind of dead action like an original beaver? So this is an alternative. If you're not getting bites on the original beaver and you think they want something with more like a crawl action, this has got you covered. Kind of similar profile, but just a little more action, a little bit more volume, a little bit bigger profile. Berkeley Stun jerkbait. It's jerkbait season. This is a pretty sweet little bait. I've already thrown this around. It's got really good action. Looks like it's got about size 6 Berkeley Fusion hooks on there. Let me pull this out. They're EWG hooks, which, you know, EWG hooks are good if the fish get the bait, but if they're swiping at it, you kind of want the round bends on there. So you can always change these out. This is a really good casting bait. I've been impressed with it. It's got a lot of darting action. You got that side to side. It's got that really side to side action. It's got a lot of darting action. This color here is called Phantom. So it's got a white bottom. I like the white bottom on just about any jerkbait. Got kind of clear sides and that green top. It's a good looking color. The Berkeley Fusion hooks are really good. You know, the EWGs, like I said, if you're having problems catching fish, you go to the round bends. And this is actually the 112+1, so it's got that little bit longer bill. It's going to get down there around that, they're saying 6 to 10 foot. I've only thrown just the 112, and it does get down there around 5. But this bill design, it's got a really unique bill design. It's kind of coffin build, and this is kind of made for bumping up against cover. You can bang it into the bottom a little bit. You can hit laydowns. You can be a little bit more aggressive with this bait. Cast well. You know, it's got a nice sound. It's got a really nice tone. I think this is going to be a really hot bait over the next several months. And then last but not least is this Omnia Fishing t-shirt. This was free, folks. If you order $100 of merchandise, they send you a free t-shirt. It's a 50-50 blend. Super soft. It's lightweight. If you order $50, you get the t-shirt for $5. And they also throw in the Omnia Fishing sticker. So a lot of good products, and most of these are going to be given away during our live streams over the next month. So live streams are 7:30 Central on Monday nights. 7:30 Central on Monday nights. We got a lot of great guests, and we're gonna give away all this stuff. I mean, some of this stuff I ordered doubles for because I was out of it, but majority of what you saw tonight is gonna be filtered out and given away throughout the course of the winter, basically. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing. It's a lot of stuff. It's all over the place. You know, some of it's like fall into winter, some of it's late winter into spring, but it's going to kind of cover these next several months. That's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. This is fun going through this. Hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing, and I'm going to have more of these coming. I've been ordering a lot of stuff, so we'll break down a few more boxes over the next couple months. Give you some ideas of what you might want for Christmas. Christmas is coming up, and what better to ask for than fishing gear. Till next time.